What's up, Debt Free Mafia? Hey, it's Financial Coach Rick, Debt Free Mafia boss. Hey, thank you so much for coming by. Hey, I want to talk about why writing a budget sucks. So, to boil it all down, really, most of the time, most people are bad at budgeting because they've only done it a few times. Really, that's what it comes down to. Because if you're one of those people that does it every month and you're used to doing it, it's actually very easy. So I kind of wanted to talk into that a little bit and let you know, hey, it's not that bad once you start to get into the groove. It just takes some time. Now, just a little bit of background with me. I work with clients all the time. I help them budget all the time. Actually, real quick, if you don't mind, leave me in the comments. Hey, if you want to know how to budget, if you want me to do a video breaking down an actual spreadsheet on what I like to budget for, let me know. I'd love to do that video if that's something you'd want to see. I don't want to bore you guys here. My goal is for you to be financially effective in what you do in life and be able to pursue your passions, have some peace, be able to live a good life. And I think personal finance is one of those areas where you can really excel in. But anyways, back to budgeting. It stinks. It really does stink. The majority of Americans don't budget. You know, there's a lot of I was thinking about this the other day. I realized the other day, you know, there's a lot of people who claim to be poor that complain about people who are wealthy. And I was like, man, this is just so strange because in my experience, I've had people with super low incomes start to really crush it financially. And you're probably asking how? Well, it's because they don't take on debt and they pay off the debt that they did have. And I know that that's redundant here, but that's really the truth. I think you know, the majority of people who complain about people who are winning financially don't have a budget and don't do a budget. It's the truth. And so, you know, most people don't do a budget and they don't meet about it monthly. They have general ideas of what they should be doing every month and they consider that a budget, but they don't have a written down budget. Now, the reason why I always encourage clients to not only encourage them, I basically make them, because I'm not going to coach you if you're not going to do the budget written down, because the reason why is because a budget that is written down, goals that are written down are statistically much more likely to happen if it's in writing. So a spreadsheet, we put down our numbers, we try to stick to them as best as possible. Now, a lot of people don't know how to budget, and that's kind of part of the reason why it's so difficult. And we'll probably break down some videos here pretty soon about that. But what I coach is the zero-based balance budget. So what that means is there's two different things in your budget. There are incomes, and then there's expenses. So it's pretty plain. So, you know, your check that you get either once a month or twice a month or weekly, it doesn't matter. That's your income, right? So that's the green numbers that come in. All of your expenses are the red numbers. That's all the money leaving your account. So the way we work and the way we like to budget is do the zero-based budget is we like to take every single dollar that is coming into our budget, aka our income, and we tell it where it's going to go. So that's something that's different. That's a perspective I like to teach my clients is, hey, we're going to command our money where to go rather than be subject to, you know, marketing and ads and getting caught up in all this consumeristic culture that we're in. So we take all of our items, you know, we got like our rent, we got our electricity, what we're thinking it's going to be this month, you know, clothing, gas, car insurance, list goes on and on. So the goal is after we've done our budget, we have all of our income, we have all of our expenses. Usually there's a number left over at the bottom. Hopefully your number is a positive number saying that you still have money left over after you've paid all of your bills. Now, if we have money left over, and that's the goal, if we have money left over, what we're gonna do is we're going to take that money, and if you have debt, we're gonna follow the baby steps. If you don't have $1,000 in cash saved up, the first thing we're gonna do is take all that extra money in your budget and we're gonna throw it at that $1,000. All right, and if you got that $1,000 saved up, all the extra income at the bottom of your budget is gonna go towards that smallest debt you have. And we're gonna have more videos on the debt snowball, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna attack our lowest debt, even if it's $50. I've had lots of clients that have had several debts that are, you know, less than $100 or maybe less than $200. But we're gonna attack that with all the extra income that we can find. And then once we pay off all of our debt, we're gonna make our emergency fund even bigger. And then if we get to the point where we've paid off all of our debt, we got an emergency fund, we still have extra money, we are going to throw that at one of three things. We're either going to throw that at either saving up for a down payment or / paying off a house. We're going to throw that at investing. Big on investing at least 15% of our income once we can get to that point, and then also saving for kids' college. Whichever one of those we need to prioritize, we'll prioritize. But that's what that means. So say you do your whole budget and you have $100 left over. Well, that $100 is going to be told where to go, and it's not just going to sit in the account and we're going to spend it on whatever we want. We're going to take that $100 and throw it where we need to throw that. Now, the reason being is because if it's exactly 100, we're going to make a line item that says, this needs to go to my emergency fund. So we'll put the $100 into that emergency fund. So at the bottom of our budget, it's going to say 0. Now, that's just basic how we're going to do our budget. Now, a lot of people are like, that's not fun. And I agree, it's not fun at first. Most of my clients, they find a lot of peace in it though, however, after we're done. So I say all that to say this. It's not fun, but it's usually not fun for the first 3 months because you have to think, but as that stuff's more in the forefront of your mind and the more and more you practice it, it actually becomes easier and easier and easier. For example, my wife and I, we've been doing it for 5 years now. So month to month, like we go through all the lines. We know, hey, it's getting cold. Our gas bill's gonna go up a little bit. Hey, this month we have a birthday, so we need to budget a little extra for it. Hey, Christmas might be expensive because we're going somewhere next year. Let's add a little more to our Christmas fund that we're building up, etc., etc., etc. Really, repetition, just like anything, repetition is key. So, that's one of those things where you really just want to hammer it out. I always use fitness as a metaphor when it comes to, budgeting and finances, whatever it might be. So, you might do it the first time because you're like, oh, I'm tired of being broke. I'm going to do this budget, and you'll do the budget. Next month, you might do the budget. Third month, you've quit. Right? That's just like working out. However, if you can push through what's really hard, it's usually like you're motivated to work out, then you're not. But most people that can push through that little valley of working out and get to the other side, they usually feel like they can't go a day without working out. Or we feel weird if we don't do our budget, because if we're ever buying anything, because we have forgot, we're humans, if we forget, we're like, oh man, we haven't budgeted yet, should we be able to buy this? It's kind of an uneasy feeling because we're so used to budgeting every month. So let me just encourage you guys, a budget is not gonna suck forever. It kind of stinks at first, not gonna sugarcoat it, but if you can push through it, and we have the rules of budgeting too that we'll go over. We redo the budget every month because every month changes. Every month's different. We treat it as totally unique. You don't just keep the same numbers every month. Really go through and try to think, because we don't want to get caught off guard. That's part of what the budget is. But anyways, guys, I hope that's kind of helpful. Do your budgets, guys. Ask me if you have any questions over budgeting. I'd love to answer them. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to be dropping all kinds of personal financial advice here, tips, tricks. We'll be doing all kinds of cool stuff here. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Again, hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Guys, we'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.